I mentioned this because sa akin pong pag-iikot, napakarami po ng mga hospital na hindi na tinatanggap yung mga indigent patients dahil daw po maraming utang ang PhilHealth sa kanila. And then, marami rin po na hindi na raw po mapasweldo yung mga kanilang pong mga staff, frontliners, dahil po malaki ang utang ng PhilHealth. So, ang gusto kong malaman, magkano ba ang utang ng PhilHealth dito sa mga hospitals na to? At ano po ang plano ng PhilHealth dito?
Okay. Po, Madam Chair, may I? Yes. Thank you again po for your question. In fact, I'm really grateful because that's the part I forgot that was supposed to complete my answer. No. Anyway, so we will come up with your question po on magkano po yung utang sa mga hospital. But what I want to highlight, and I wanted to mention this to Kong Stella before the hearing started because very important to, no. Yesterday po, despite our busy schedule, I called for a meeting with the Hospitals Association of the Philippines. Lahat po ng heads nila, lahat ng president, lahat ng senior officers, complete attendance po. In fact, 2 of them were attending an ExCom and they stepped out because sabi nila mukhang importante yung meeting. So I was grateful po to them. We had a very lengthy meeting. Yesterday lang po to. It was a virtual meeting, no? And the reason for the meeting, Honorable Congressman, is I said malamang bukas meron kaming hearing sa Congress with the honorables, and feeling ko ang itatanong nila is bakit hindi yung bayaran sa hospitals, bakit delayed, bakit hindi nagbabayad, no? True enough, it's probably the first question of the day, no? And just to give a brief background on the meeting, it went...
Pres Mandy, can you just directly answer the question? Magkano po ang utang ng PhilHealth sa mga ospital?
Okay po. So in terms of, one last sentence lang po, the meeting kasi, it ended by, I asked all of the honorable heads of the Hospital Association of the Philippines, are you happy? And are you happy with the service? May mga complaints ba kayo sa mga utang ng PhilHealth? And lahat sila po, unanimously po, actually naka-record to po, so just in case kailangan po, no? Wala silang problema. Very, very happy sila sa service ng PhilHealth. In
Okay,
fact,
noted.
Okay
Please
po.
answer the question.
thank you po. Sorry for that po. So anyway, so the question that was asked by Honorable Lee is how much is the payments to the total payments to the hospitals po, no?
Utang. Payable.
So ang payables po in process po now is roughly yung more than 60 days po is roughly 13 billion po. 13 billion po. Ma'am, does that answer?
Madam Chair, yan ba yung total payables na sa lahat ng hospitals? 13 billion lang lahat buong Pilipinas? Kasi kung 13 billion lang yan sa napakalaking pera ng PhilHealth, ano ba yung rason bakit hindi ito nababayaran, no?
Okay.
Hindi naman tayo pabagalan dito, no? Kasi serbisyo ito na binibigay sa atin mga mamamayan.
Sige. Okay. So, ma'am, ma'am? Okay, sir, thank you again for your question. So, just to clarify, 13 billion yung more than 60 days po. Pero yung total of all, okay, of all, is roughly double that amount, 27 billion po. So, so to answer your question, I would think the number you were looking for was 27 billion po. Now, I just broke it down, yung more than 60 days to 13 billion po. So, yes po.
Madam Chair, okay, even at 27 billion, di ba napakaliit na amount nito? Ano ba nangyayari talaga? Bakit po umaabot ng napakatagal ng bayaran? No? Again, I'm mentioning this, Madam Chair, because apektado po yung serbisyo. No? Sa aking pag-iikot, and I personally experienced this, napakarami pong hospital ayaw nang tumanggap ng mga pasyente pag PhilHealth ang pinag-uusapan. And then marami rin mga doctors, marami rin mga nurses, marami mga empleyado, hindi na raw po nababayaran ng hospital dahil ang laki ng utang ng PhilHealth sa kanila. So, yun lang po ang gusto kong malaman. Ano po ang plano ng PhilHealth dito, kailan ba ito mababayaran, lahat ng ito, ano pa. And isasabay ko na, no, para isang tanungan in the interest of time. And I also learned that there are so many hospitals suspended ng PhilHealth just because meron daw pong mga, since 2013, mga double billing na nangyari in the amount of 2,000, 4,000 pesos na hindi naman po pagkakamali talaga, na hindi naman po daya yung iniisip ko, di talaga nagkamali lang dahil po manual pa nung mga panahon na yon. Ano ba ang status ng mga ito? Napakarami po ng mga hospital na suspendido dahil lang po sa mga ganitong kasong maliliit. Naapektado na naman po ang serbisyo na binibigay po natin sa ating mga indigent patient. Remember, PhilHealth, yan po ang primary agency ng ating pamahalaan na mag-provide po ng insurance para sa ating pong mga mamamayang walang pera, mahihirap. Ano ba ang plano ng ating PhilHealth po sa mga ganito?
Congressman Lee.
Maraming salamat po for your question again, Honorable Lee. No, I'm happy to state to Honorable Congressman that we will completely, hopefully, or very high percentage po within 90 days, no, yung 27 billion po. You can pwede yung naka-record naman to, diba? So within 90 days po, we will try to pay a very high percentage of the 27 billion. Now, the question the question is how are we going to do it? How do we intend to do it? We are already preparing. We had a meeting, our EXICOM had a meeting yesterday, no? We are preparing to use the DCPM formula, no? Yung debit credit payment mechanism formula, no? And we will use that to make sure that our reconciliation will be accelerated, no? So again, based on our discussion yesterday, I'm confident, Madam Chair, Honorable Lee, I'm confident that within 90 days from today, no, bulk or majority, if not all, of the 27 billion will be paid off, and hopefully that will make the hospitals and the doctors happy. Thank you very much po.
Madam Chair, no, I hope hindi mabawas sa oras ko to, no. Our colleague here from Zamboanga del Sur, actually, gusto niya namin itanong yung sinasabi ng ating pong presidente na 60 days, no, 27 billion ang kabuuan. Meron po dito since 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022 sa Zamboanga del Sur Provincial Hospital, mahigit 100 milyong piso ang utang, and then 1 milyon lang ang nabayaran. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng 60 days na yan?
Okay po. Yung 60 days po, with all due respect to the Honorable Congressman, I will ask my CEO to explain that further, no. And I want to mention lang, Honorable Lee, as Kong Stella mentioned earlier, this is my first budget hearing, no. So yung tunong 2021, 2020, 2022, wala pa ako sa PhilHealth, no. But I understand your concerns, and before I allow CEO to explain, I want to ask lang the permission of this Honorable Congressman, no. I think that's very fair, no? 90 days lang hinihingi namin. In 90 days, you will see a huge difference. In fact, a complete turnaround. So, I think that's not too much to ask po, no? But anyway, Madam Chair, if I can pass on the mic to COO, can you explain on the 60 days COO policy?
Pag-ilinaw din po kung yung 13 billion na more than 60 days is only for 2023. Kasi ang tinatanong kasi ni Honorable Lee is yung lahat, kahit na yung nung 19 kopong-kopong pa, basta utang ni PhilHealth, isama po ninyo doon sa hinihingi po niya na total. Tama po ba, Honorable Lee?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Tama yan po, pero kasama na po yun, total na po yun. Yun na po, that's the whole thing na po. Complete, it's included already po. Anyway, thank you po. Go ahead.
Can we just, sorry,
Yes,
Madam Chair,
Honorable.
can I just ask the PhilHealth to submit kung ilan ba talaga lahat ito to the committee, no, para po for the interest of time, and also ask PhilHealth to submit before the plenary deliberations your proposal for new and expanded benefit packages para po magastos at magamit natin itong mga pera, gaya ng na-mention nyo kanina. No?
Okay po.
Yes.
I will go to my one last question.
That's your last question,
Yes,
and
last question,
PhilHealth
Madam
is so
Chair.
ordered to submit that report.
Yes, actually po, very quick comment po, if I may. Actually, I think po, we have it already prepared. Anyway, we'll definitely submit it. Not within the day, maybe within the hour po. No, we'll just put
Respond if you have it there. Hand it over to our page.
We shall po. We shall po.
Thank
you
you.
po.
Last question, Madam Chair. This is with regards to our cancer assistance funds from the DOH. No?
wala.
I believe that meron po tayong batas tungkol po dito and meron tayong pondong ina-allocate dito. Ako ay fully support na ito po ay dagdagan because ang cancer po ay pangatlo pong sanhi ng death dito sa ating bansa. Gayun pa man, ang aking concern po dito, meron pong pondo, tinaasan po ngayon, pero napakalaki po ng underspending po dito. No? So ang gusto ko na lang po, Madam Chair, in the interest of time, can I ask the DOH to just submit kung ano ba yung plano nila for this, and bakit ba kanina na-mention ni Secretary from 31, naging 35 na ngayon yung access site ng pondo na to. Ano ba ang basihan? Bakit 35 lang ang binibigyan ng pondong ganito? At pwede ba natin itong mas palawakin? No? So I would just ask the department to submit to the committee before the plenary debates kung ano ba yung plano natin dito. That's all for now, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat. Secretary Herbosa.
Yes, Madam Chair, we will submit, we will comply.
Thank you. Next interpellate. Nandito pa since 6 a.m. para magpalista. Yes. Deputy Majority Leader Jan Baronda.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, Madam Stella. Hindi naman, alas 8 lang po, hindi 6 a.m. Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to welcome Secretary Ted Herbosa and DOH family. With your experience in the department as director, as USEC for how many years, I know that we are certainly glad to have an expert at the helm of the department. On behalf of the hundreds, if not thousands, of Ilonggos, I'd like to extend my appreciation to you, to your MAIC program, which is really felt by the Filipino people. And rest assured of my support on the approval of your budget. However, for fiscal year 2022, the DOH failed to use 29.40 billion, or around 13.2% of the total budget allocation of the department. This is an enormously unconscionable amount. What is more shocking, Mr. Chair, DOH only disbursed 68.7% of the total 224.251 billion in 2022 appropriations. May we know why did the department fail to use this huge amount? Ano po ba ang nangyari sa mga pondo na ito, Mr. Chair?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Some of the money for 2022 were actually included in the continuing appropriations. So some of them by our continuing appropriations of 2022, and now we're already at 90+%, almost 100%. But we have several challenges encountered during the implementation. And some of them included, for example, delays in the approval of the Medical Assistance for Indigent Program, MOA, Memorandum of Agreement between the Centers for Health Development, the DOH Regional Office, and the local government. Another one is low fund utilization rate by the local government hospitals, where we download some of the indigent funds. We also had needs for human resource complements at the regional level for program monitoring, and we also have lack of information dissemination of all these assistance, especially to GIDA, to the geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas to which most of these funds were allocated. We're also trying to improve inter-hospital and hospital facility coordination so that the funds can be used. So as of now, we have requested some of these unutilized funds, ma'am, to the DBM for realignment, also to medical assistance for indigent program, because that actually tries to help a lot of our indigent patients, and also for health facilities enhancement, because there were many requests that were not funded. So we tried to ask DBM to allocate those unused of 2022.
I think, Mr. Chair, totoo po yan. Because yung MOA, like ako, yung first term ko 2019, kailan lang po ba na-approve yung MOA na yan with some other private hospitals? It was only recently. Kahit na araw-araw, ilang buwan ako nagtatanong, pupunta ng opisina nyo. So kailangan talaga ayusin natin yan kasi we are here, especially me, coming from a family of doctors. We save lives. Hindi po natin kayang sabihin, huwag kang magkakasakit ngayon. Kasi pwede ka nang mamatay ngayon pag hindi natin naagapan yan. So sayang yung 29.40 billion, 2023 na tayo ngayon, na may 10% pa rin ng kulang. Ang 10% po ng ilang billion na yon, that is more than 9 billion pa rin. So like for example, meron po ngayong hospital, Western Visayas Medical Center sa Iloilo. May 10 major operating rooms, may 2 cardiac operating rooms, 15 recovery beds, and 5 cardiovascular intensive care units. Nakita ko kasi, Mr. Chair, wala dun sa capital outlay ng hospital. I was with Senator JV last weekend because po, we prepared for this. During my first term, we passed Republic Act 11496, expansion of the hospital bed capacity from 420 to 700. Because dati pa lang, ito na po yung gusto natin mangyari sa Western Visayas Medical Center. And during the incumbency of Senator JV in 2015, he downloaded, parang tumulong po siya para mabigyan ng 440 million for that heart center in Iloilo. Sayang po dahil meron na tayong tao, human resource, meron ng building. Meron naman palang 29.9 billion na hindi nagamit. Sa tingin ko po, yung sulat po ng hospital director amounting to 300 million for the equipment, for equipping of that heart center, maibigay natin within this year. Kasi po, sayang ang pera na hindi nagagamit. Ang sinabi ng hospital director, pag meron na kaming worth 300 million na facilities na yan, magagamit na fully operational yung heart center sa Iloilo or Western Visayas Medical Center or the regional hospital. So sinasabi ko ito, Mr. Chair, para naman po at least hindi na po pupunta ang mga taga Western Visayas with 8 million inhabitants kung magkakaproblema ang pamilya nila sa heart center, sa lung center, sa kidney center para gumasos ng todo kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao kayang gumasos ng ganyan para lang mabuhay. So, Mr. Chair, I would just like to ask the commitment of the good secretary if he can attend to the request of Hospital Director Dr. Nicolo to save lives and to make sure that health services unahin natin. Hindi lang sa buong Pilipinas, hindi lang sa heart center sa Manila, but of course sa Western Visayas with 8 million inhabitants.
Secretary?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we will look into the request of Iloilo for 300 million to finish this heart center.
Not to finish po, kasi tapos na yung heart center.
To equip,
now,
to equip.
Because we are now working on the cancer center naman. So, ito pa, isa pa, Mr. Chair, yung isang nakikita kasi natin, minsan, pag ginawa natin yung program appropriation for a certain project, unahin natin yung building. Okay? After ng building, dun po tayo, a year after, mag-allocate ng pondo para sa equipping. Sayang, nakatenga na 1 taon ngayon ang building ng kung ano man yan na proyekto natin kasi it will take another 8 to 10 months for the procurement. So hindi naman natin pwede madelay yan. Hindi ba pwede? It's about time to look into this, to call the attention of COA to support the Department of Health kasi pwede naman natin gawin na exemption when it comes to health programs, Mr. Chair. So again, Mr. Chair, my second question, as per the statement of appropriations,
Last
allotment,
question.
obligation, disbursement, and balances of DBM as of June 30, 2023, for this year, the DOH has an obligated allotment amounting to 135.548